Saudi Arabian Airlines Flight 763 takes off into the sunset. Captain Khalid Al-Shubaili powers the Boeing 747 away from the runway. 289 passengers on board are traveling to Dahra, Saudi Arabia. Approach controller VK Dutta guides the plane away from the airport. After reaching 14,000 feet, the crew request permission to continue their ascent.
Roger, maintain flight level 140, stand by for higher.
In order to coordinate incoming and outgoing traffic, Dutta wants the Saudi flight to stop climbing.
Saudi 763 will maintain 140.
The controller is concerned about another plane, a Kazakhstan Airlines Ilyushin 76 passenger jet, which is coming in for landing at Indira Gandhi Airport. He wants it to pass 1,000 feet above the Saudi flight before landing. After that, he'll let the Saudis continue their climb. Dutta warns the Kazakh flight of the nearby Saudi jet.
How many miles?
Traffic is at 8 miles, level 140.
But seconds later, a massive explosion tears through the Saudi jet. Both the Saudi and Kazakh flights have vanished from the controller's radar. A call from a nearby US Air Force pilot confirms the worst.
2 distinct fires on the ground.
2 planes have gone down over Chakri Dadri.
In the hours following the horrific collision, recovery teams find the wreckage of the Kazakh and Saudi aircrafts 4.5 miles apart. The 2 planes were carrying 349 people. There are no survivors. It's the worst mid-air collision of all time. The next morning, Captain KPS Nair is one of the first investigators on the scene. Investigators have 2 separate crash sites to examine, but they know one cause will explain both accidents. Thankfully, the black boxes from both aircraft are found. While investigators wait for the data to be recovered, they focus on conversations between the 2 planes and the air traffic controller.
Hi, I'm VK Dutta.
They want to know everything that Dutta did on the night of the crash.
Was traffic heavy?
Evenings are always busy.
Unlike most modern systems, Dutta's radar doesn't track a plane's altitude. Instead, controllers write a plane's last reported position on a strip of paper.
This is the Kazakh one, and this is the Saudi one.
Dutta was supposed to ensure that the 2 planes were 1,000 feet apart as they approached each other. To confirm Dutta's instructions, investigators review the air traffic control transcripts. They learn that Dutta gave the 2 planes the proper directions. Since his radar system doesn't display altitude, there was no way for him to tell if the planes followed his orders. One of the planes must have drifted from their assigned altitude. But which crew is responsible for the fatal collision? Investigators in India catch a break when engine pieces of the Saudi aircraft are found near the beginning of the debris field. It reveals that they were some of the first pieces to come off the plane after the collision. The tail of the Kazakh plane appears to have pierced through the left wing of the Saudi jet. Surprisingly, the Kazakh flight wasn't above the Saudi jet when they collided, as air traffic controllers thought. Investigators wonder which plane was at the wrong altitude. Unfortunately, the recovered cockpit instruments provide little help in verifying the aircraft's positions at impact. Having learned all they can from the crash site, the fate of the investigation now lies in what details are stored in the flight data recorders. 3 months later, data from both the Kazakh and Saudi black boxes is successfully downloaded. In order to avoid any suggestion of bias, the boxes are analyzed in England by the experts at the Air Accidents Investigation Branch. They concentrate on the data from the Saudi Flight 763 first. Both the CVR and the flight data recorder reveal that the Saudi pilots received clear instructions from the controller and followed them meticulously. But when investigators examine the Kazakh's flight data, they discover that it descended to just over 1,000 feet below assigned altitude, putting it within 10 feet of the Saudi flight. To understand why the Kazakh plane was below its assigned altitude, investigators turn to the cockpit voice recorder. Because the Ilyushin is a modified military plane, it has another unusual feature, a position for a radio operator in the cockpit. As they near the airport, Rep gets in touch with approach controller Dutta 1 minute before the impact, and the Kazakh plane is in position 1,000 feet higher than the Saudi plane. But investigators know that instead of leveling off, the plane continued to descend. As it does, Dutta issues a traffic warning to the Kazakh pilots.
Saudi Boeing 747 and 10 mile. Report if in sight.
He tells them to watch out for the Saudi flight, but the Kazakh jet just keeps flying lower.
Ahead. Ahead.
Suddenly, the radio operator recognizes the plane is flying too low, but his warning comes too late.
Get to the 150 because at the 140.
Investigators are stunned. Why weren't the pilots monitoring their altitude? They go back to earlier in the recording. While Rep communicates with the ground, neither the pilot nor co-pilot confirm the altitude instructions. Pilots are busy discussing arrival procedures. Rep appears to be the only one focused on their altitude. The final report points a finger squarely at the crew of the Kazakh plane. The Kazakh pilot's failure to maintain altitude led to the deaths of 349 people. Investigators are also critical of the outdated radar that was being used in New Delhi. Today, new radar systems allow controllers across the country to see an airplane's flight number, altitude, and heading, preventing mid-air collisions from ever happening again.